I have never claimed to be the Gen Z leader. To date, you can never find a clip that says I'm the leader. Hakuna mtu alinipatia contract. Hakuna mtu alinipea barua ya kwenda kwa streets. Yeah. Kuna mtu alisema, so Kasmuel, today I want you to go and represent us. Niliona hata mtu mwingine alinitumia screenshot ati nilipatiwa 30 million. Mimi ningepatiwa 30 million nafikiri ningekuwa napiga story na wewe hapa. In all honesty, the gap that Raila Odinga has left cannot be filled.
No one can
whatsoever. No one whatsoever. Baba almost knows everyone's uncle, or if he doesn't know your parents, he knows your uncles or he knows your chief. Kasmuel, I want it to be a party. And everybody to enjoy.
Yes.
Aish, nilikuwa naambia hivyo naenda pale steering committee naambia watu His Excellency amesema anataka kuona sherehe.
Yes. Hello, great to see you. Welcome back to the Kenya Times. It's always a pleasure joining me in these conversations. Conversations that not only shapes our governance system, but also the political landscape. And today to help me unpack this conversation is none other than Kasmuel McOure. He's right in studio. We're going to discuss so much pertaining the Kenyan politics as far as the morning of the late Raila Odinga is concerned. Remember to follow us throughout this conversation until the end. I'm your host, Nixon Jau. Kasmuel, welcome.
Asante sana, Nixon.
Yes.
So happy to be here finally.
Amazing.
Yes.
It is your first time to be at the Kenya.
It is, yes.
How is it?
Also, I've seen the staff as very young people.
Yes.
I'm very, very encouraged that I've seen an office that has nothing but young people. And all of you look under 30.
Yes.
I've been told only the editor-in-chief.
Editor-in-chief
peke yake ndio amepitisha 30. This is good.
Yeah.
This is very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice, meeting you and having you here.
Asante.
Now, let's begin. We are still mourning the passing of the late Raila Odinga. Maybe take us through, how did you meet him and what kind of a person was Raila Odinga?
First of all, it feels very awkward. It feels very wrong to call him the late. Because for me, it's still rather unbelievable because I've known him for only 1 year and 1 week, exactly, up until the time of his passing. And I met him in October last year after the public participation hearing of the impeachment of the former deputy president. And that happened on a Friday, and the first time I went to his office was on a Monday. So the following Monday, I was getting, I think, cancelled and trolled online.
Yes.
And then I went to the Capitol Hill.
Office.
Yes, okay. On Monday. And he was ramping up his campaigns for the African Union chairman bid, and he had a call, so we had to wait for quite a bit because he had a couple of people he needed to see. But then he eventually saw us, and I remember he ran late for a meeting, and that's the first time we took a photo. I think I'm in a pinstripe tie and a red tie,
yes.
A pinstripe suit and a blue pinstripe suit and a red tie. And we spoke for quite a while. His staff seemed to, because he was in a rush. Baba,
yes.
Baba always has every minute on the minute is accounted for. So I think we were delaying him, and his staff was not too happy about it because he was getting late for an AUC call.
All right.
Then he said just before he left, he asked me to see him in his house in Karen the next morning. And ever since, it just blossomed into this beautiful mentor-mentee relationship. And he taught me a lot, especially around politics, but also about life. And Baba's the kind of person who, when he opens his doors for you. You feel like you're the only person in his life. Yes. And when you're around Baba makes he makes time stop. So that's the thing about him. If you meet him, you would want to do anything for him because he treats you with utmost respect and dignity.
Yes.
He sees you, he honors you and your presence, and I totally understood from the first time I met him, I totally understood why he has managed to set a system that has endured for 2 decades. Yeah.
Were you the one who looked for him, or is the one who...
So when I was protesting, a lot of people from Baba's side used to try to take me to him. Of course, the people who are legit, some MPs and whatnot, and kuna tu wale masangwenya, wenye walikuwa wanajifanya wananijua.
Yes.
But I remember a particular incident there's a time just on August 8th, during the height of the protest, he also came through for me in some ways which I can't...
In what ways?
So I'll just go with the obvious ones where in terms of the protests, there are people who are looking out for me. You know, I'd go to the streets and there was like consistently a group of 4 guys who are always willing to get into fights with cops and whatever. So I felt really protected. So I would go to very specific places and I knew, hey, when I'm here, these people are going to show up. So that's why I got that confidence. Because if you have 4 people who are willing to do anything for you, then you also have the courage to go forward.
True.
At the time, I didn't know these were his guys until I saw them at a particular ODM function
Right.
and in the office, in the other office in Joff. And I was like, so the head of Judiciary, Baba, was telling me, yeah, these are our people.
Okay.
And there's a time, so people used to tell me, oh, you know, you need to go and see him.
So before
I'm
you were not
ready.
aware?
I wasn't aware before, but
Alright.
now when I met Baba and he told me to go to one of the offices,
All right.
I met them, and also I met them at functions. I was like, you guys were ODM this whole time. On 8th, you know, there's an MP called Kaluma.
Yes.
He kept on just bugging me the night before 7th because I was there with my friends. We were taking shots and we were saying we're going to take the country on the next day. And so he called and told me, young man, they're looking for a trophy, and if you continue this way, you will get killed. I was like, but this movement is leaderless. Who am I? I'm just a single individual. He said, hey, you have appeared as a de facto leader and whatnot. And I remember brushing him off. He even suggested something. He said I needed to see his Jacom, His Excellency, but he had also suggested that I leave town. I was like, you don't tell me what to do. And so it went the way it went. Because the time when Baba used to chuck statements and I would jibizana with him and tell him, oh, Baba, whatever, online.
Yes.
But then that's the thing about His Excellency, the Chief of the Golden Heart, is bygones were always bygones. It's almost as though the past was truly water under a bridge. Because when he met me, he never castigated me or chided me. He never asked me what I thought of him prior. It was just, and he didn't have any airs or you know, that thing where you think you've met a person who's out to punish you. Nah. And I'd been given a lot of propaganda, oh, that now you're in trouble with Baba and whatnot, you're in trouble with Mama as well. But I met both of them in Karen the next day. I remember I was very scared of meeting Mama.
Really?
Yeah, I really was, because I was told you don't cross her.
Okay.
And there's a personal friend who had told me that Mama would like to see me, and I didn't have a reason to doubt him. So I had not seen her, but then I met her when I went for breakfast with Baba. And I just, because I observed a plant-based diet, I served some food, and when she came to the table, she just, you know, she's very full of grace and she's full of presence, just like a true mother. And she's just roasting everybody and saying, hey, young man, have some real food. And I told her I'm vegan and that stuff. That's very early on I learned that the Odingas really value agency. So they might joke around, but they really respect if you say that this is what I do, this is my lifestyle. Both of them respected it. I remember even sometimes hanging out with His Excellency, because his lunch regimen mostly had fish of all kinds, or some chicken, those kienyeji's. Yeah. And the first day we ate in the office, so he was very curious. He was like, oh, you don't eat not even fish or chicken? Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And the next time someone tried to bring that up and roast me, His Excellency was like, no, the young man does not eat meat or fish. So I really, really enjoyed and loved that about His Excellency.
And what were some of the conversations that you had with Raila Odinga, your first conversation?
The first, I was just in awe.
What was it about?
I was in awe, first of all. You know, when I met him, you go to meet Raila Odinga thinking that, oh, yeah, now I've come, Baba, I'm this smart person. Until you meet him. So, Baba is this, I don't know how to describe him. He captures you, and I was enraptured. And I was just like, I didn't even know. For a moment there, I lost my eloquence, because I had met this man. I couldn't believe it. So, hey, man, uni Baba.
Yes.
And so I asked him, what do you think about the things that have been happening in the country, and what's your take? Why did you decide to go to the broad-based side and whatnot? The broad-based route, what was that about? And he walks me through history of the country. He walks me through how askew development has been happening in the country. He walks me through the various steps of struggle. And what I realized very early on with him is he has this really special ability to move past pain. You know, sometimes you could sit someone and say that this is a deeply troubled person. He was such a calm person that yes, he says history as starkly as it is, and I really like that he does not sugarcoat when he speaks. He just says this is what happened, the truth is here to stay with us. And I also met him in like a very friendly phase. I don't think he was out campaigning, so he was campaigning, yes, but for AUC, so locally there was not much motion.
Yes.
So we spoke about a lot of things. He asks you, because Baba almost knows everyone's uncle, or if he doesn't know your parents, he knows your uncles, or he knows your chief.
He knows everyone.
Baba knows everyone everywhere. So he asks me, but within like the first 30 seconds, like, oh yeah, so I know Nani, and one of my uncles, or your uncles, your grandfather was like this. I was like, yeah, cool, dude. So we spoke quite a bit. He asked me who I was, I asked about him, and then now in subsequent days and subsequent months, I'd get to ask a bit deeper questions, because then this is what, because I remember asking him if I could be mentored by him, if I could just...
He becomes your mentor.
Yes. And that he did really, really well.
And what are some of the gaps that you think Raila Odinga has left behind?
Oh man,
and can it be filled?
No, in all honesty, the gap that Raila Odinga has left cannot be filled.
No one can
No one
fill
whatsoever.
the gaps?
No one whatsoever. No one whatsoever. Because he was so unique. It would take a lot of people. It would take a lot of people to almost amass the kind of work that he was doing. It will also take a very particular set of circumstances, because he's a man that was forged through fire. He was forged through detention. He's a man whose father fought for the land. And I just don't think there's enough circumstances to forge another Raila Odinga. And he exits with that brand of statesman. I think there's no one that has been like him. I've read of some, but I don't think, because I've encountered him closely, I don't think that anyone would ever match up, in the sense that nobody knows as many people, nobody is as interested in the well-being of as many people, nobody is as close to that many people, I've not seen anybody who puts the Republic, the Kenyan project, above their own needs, as His Excellency did. And of course, have you ever seen any leader, past or present, who knows that much history? He knows something about everything, and he knows it quite well and quite in depth. It would take years of study for us to get to even half of what he was. And I think he was a genius of our time, a madly underrated genius, misunderstood figure. He was the Ayatollah of politics in Kenya. He was not a Luo kingpin. He was, I say this, that he was the monarch under which presidents serve. It's like he was a king of the country, because eventually when presidents do not know what to do or how to lead a country, it's him they ran to. Every president would say about Raila Odinga that when I needed someone to stand with me, you were there. The most recent one being the current president, Dr. Cherished.
All right. And what were some of the cherished moments, you remember with the late Raila Odinga?
I think Baba really spoiled me, to be honest.
Really?
He really spoiled me, because
you changed.
The first time we went to Karen, everybody says that Raila does not give money and whatnot.
I'm stingy.
But the first time to have breakfast, first of all, I asked him so many questions, and he told me, you have to be a student of life. All these questions, read, never stop reading. And it doesn't mean that he has to books, be curious about people. And he gave me a little book about 3 months in India. So to Maliza breakfast, and we wanted to leave. And then he was just like, goja kidogo. And he just goes out and he comes, kapiga kila mtu so moja.
What do you mean? 100,000?
100K.
That's the
cash. That's the least amount of money that Baba ever gave me.
Really?
Yeah.
And how many were you?
Tulikuwa watatu hiyo time.
Okay.
But then now you would see him all these other times, and so I never made it a habit, and I didn't ask him for a job or whatever. I was just doing my media things, and I would tell him, so Baba, this is what we're up to, this is what I'm up to, I'm struggling with this, I'm trying to learn how to to navigate this space. Baba alini spoiled. This one time, Petroli, and my first time I didn't believe it, to really hang out with him. I think tulikuwa tumemtrace juu alikuwa Opoda.
Oh.
We were
Opoda
going,
farm.
alikuwa Opoda farm.
All right.
And tulikuwa tunamtafuta, I don't know what it is we were looking for.
Yes.
But we must have been doing some work for the party. I forget, sorry.
Yes.
And they are a bit dehydrated.
By then you were already in the party.
Niko ndani, but tunafanya tu hizi vitu za vijana.
Yes.
I'm doing quite a couple of media interviews and whatnot. But then tukamtafuta, it's about, it's AUC in Karibia. But tunaelekea, we were doing something in Homa Bay. So we go to Bondo, he sees everybody. Alafu anasema sasa, so tukaingia akasema, my sons have breakfast. Katuambia tungoje pali, akaona watu, akaona elders, akaona nini, and that's the thing about Baba. Baba alikuwa anaona anyone, it didn't matter.
You will find time for everyone.
Baba had time for everybody. That's why I'm saying I don't know how he did it. Kama mimi pekee, hii simu imenishinda kushika. Mzee alikuwa na relationship na karibu kila mtu. I don't know how he did it. Then he was supposed to have lunch with some people.
All right.
But akawa snake. I think alikuwa kutana na some governors. Akatuambia tuingie kwa chopa, akatupeleka kwa island fulani hapo kukula lunch. Okay, au ketisha fish kutoka hapo kwa lake.
So you were together with him?
Hey.
Okay.
Sasa tumekaa chini, mazee nasikia tuko cheesy, niko like, huyu ni mimi bana.
You felt like you're in heaven.
Mazee alafu unajua pia naibika kupiga picha.
Yes.
So tumekaa hivi tunajaribu kuambia mtu chukua picha. So it's the first time now I'm being seen like publicly in Mzee's chopper.
Yes.
Yote pia watu wanapiga propaganda, watu wanapiga propaganda, inakuwa tricks.
Yeah.
And then we ate lunch. And then we flew with him. Tulienda Homa Bay Stadium.
All right.
Yes, there's a new stadium that had just been built, I think called Raila Odinga Stadium. Tukaenda hapo mazee, watu wamenipiga vita. Either that or, because I'd already just met Governor Wanga. Governor Wanga had welcomed me to the party.
Yes.
First of all, by the way, I really credit her.
We'll talk about
but so tukafika hivi. After hiyo propaganda yote, chopa inalandi hivi katikati ya stadium.
Hey.
Wasa wanacheki huyu boy amevaa suit ya black anashuka hapo karibu na mzae. Mimi nashuka bana.
Alongside Baba.
Nilikuwa nasikia kuchizi. And Baba sort of knew it. Because I would see that alikuwa anacheki tu. Huyu mtoto anafikiria sioni kitu anafanya.
Yes.
And he was also a very playful person. And this I came to realize very late that alikuwa anapenda hiyo kitu yenye mimi nafikiria ni ufala. He was a man. He was a father after all. Because hapana.
Hata ku-explain ni ngumu.
Mimi baba alinispoil sana.
Yeah. So
sana.
That was your first time unapewa 100,000 at once.
Nilikuwa nimepata 100,000 but nilipatiwa na baba.
Oh, yeah.
Ili kitu different.
These are different guys.
Just sitting down with baba first of all feels more than $1 million. Unajua ile kitu swali ya upuzi ya watu wasemanga $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z.
Yes.
But breakfast with Baba was my most precious experience. Because the amount of things that you learn. Then word spreads that boy ameonekana na Baba. Picha ishatoka nje. Ishakusaidia, imekutengenezea. It has neutralized a lot of things.
And Kasmuel, during that moment, I do remember that it was time when the Gen Z wave was still there. And when you shifted, many people said that you have betrayed the Gen Zs. Actually, Gen Zs themselves said that you have betrayed them.
Yeah.
How do you react on that?
Mimi wanasema, hakuna mtu alinipatia contract, hakuna mtu alinipea barua ya kwenda kwa streets. Yeah. Kuna mtu alisema, so Kasmuel, today I want you to go and represent us. Na kuna time fulani NGOs zilikuwa zinanitumia vibaya sana. Nilikuwa natumia tu hapo press statements nisome na shanga, kwa nini wananipenda? Nikarealize kuna mtu anakupenda in Nairobi. But I went to the streets because of my material conditions. I thought that finance bill was bad. Just like millions of us. Sisi wote hata ulikuwa kwa streets kwa sababu ya wewe ndio unajua. We were leaderless, tribeless and all those kinds of things.
True.
Mimi nikasema, I think at this particular point we need a political solution to a political problem. Because it was becoming political too quickly and people are not seeing it. Watu wakasema hivyo.
With it in different ways.
Yes, watu wakasema hivyo sasa. But wakiulizwa nani kiongozi, hakuna kiongozi.
No leader.
Hakuna kiongozi, but sasa mimi 1 year late.
At one point you
close to 2 years later. I have never claimed
to say that you are
I have never
Gen Z leader.
claimed to be the Gen Z leader. To date, you can never find a clip that says I'm the leader. I've just been asking in retrospect, if I was not the leader, why is it that close to 2 years later, bado watu tu wanasema, unajua watu wamekuwa wakisema, wewe umeisha, wewe umefanyika nini? It's close to 2 years. You're still on that rope, one person out of the millions of us, out of 14 million, close to 20 million youth in the country.
And what made you to shift to ODM? Why ODM?
ODM, one, specifically because Mzee saved my life. Two, I was looking for an instrument, a vehicle that would be able to speak truth to power and power would listen. Kumbuka hiyo time tulikuwa tushafika, watu walikuwa shatumia propaganda wakasema, huu ni agent wa NIS, huu ni sijui nini, huu ni nini. It had just scuttled the waters. But I observed and saw that, the president really listens to His Excellency, the Chief of the Golden Heart. I was like, sasa mimi nataka kukaa hapo. Nataka kukua. And that's why I went specifically. I didn't cut corners. I went specifically to His Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga.
Why not any other party?
Kwa sababu hizo party zingine zilikuwa zinafanya nini?
Because many felt like, okay, many Gen Z felt then that you have been bought by ODM.
But kama I was bought by ODM, why has ODM stopped buying people? Because if that is the business that ODM is into...
They say you are the leader.
The leader of what?
Of the Gen Z. So they bought you to silence the... What issues Gen Z were raising?
Mimi nafikiri ningekuwa nimenunuliwa ningekuwa napiga interview na yeye hapa. Nilikuwa nikiona propaganda wanasema nilipatiwa millions. Niliona hata mtu mwingine alinitumia screenshot ati nilipatiwa 30 million. Mimi ningepatiwa 30 million nafikiri ningekuwa napiga story na yeye hapa. Wewe unafikiri siasa ni rahisi? Kutukanwa kila siku. First of all, kupigwa 30 mic.
Ungekuwa Kenya?
As in that bila 30 mic singekuwa Kenya. So but I'm just like, the Orange Democratic Movement is not in the business of buying people. Yeah, there are very many brilliant people who believe in the party that were not bought.
Are you still believing in what Gen Z were raising?
Yes.
Fellow Gen Z. What have you done so far? Since that now you are in a space where you can raise these issues.
The first thing that we did, and we spoke with Mzee at length about part of these issues. The 10-point memorandum that ODM has with UDA outlines everything we are fighting for. From the auditing of public debt, from putting an end to police brutality and corruption, to the education, to prudent use of our national resource, meaningful inclusion of youth in public life, and so on and so forth. A lot of these things are about good governance and accountability, if you were to summarize them. These are part of the things that form the memorandum of understanding that we have. Going forward, practically, we needed some sort of reprieve for people who've been victims of police brutality. Na tukasema hii kitu na His Excellency. His Excellency akateka a stance that was the most beneficial to the country, but people just misinterpreted it. Akasema we need to have a national dialogue. A national dialogue that will allow us to figure out ways of healing the land. The country still needs healing. Tumeka hivi, tukasema now, all victims of police brutality, there's a whole panel of experts on the compensations for victims of demonstrations and protests and police brutality.
Yes.
The panel has been constituted, was given a longer mandate, of course, but now it's a 120-day mandate. But people were saying that is unconstitutional. So mimi nilikuwa nakaa hivi nasema wakati ya maandamano, it was not unconstitutional. Our people have died. A lot of con men and con women are coming here raising pay bills. Wanakimbizana na pesa ya umma. Sisi tumesema serikali kwa sababu polisi ndio waliua hao watu. Serikali angalie vile itasaidia hizi familia. Then you find that committee is supposed to work on first of all acknowledging that these things happened. And ensuring that there's some sort of a reprieve and compensation to the families. Of course, lives cannot be gotten back. Then the same committee is supposed to look at any legislative loopholes to ensure that these can be fixed through Parliament. And then ensuring that there's memorialization of these people that we acknowledge, and we just find a proper framework such that you know that if this is what happened, if you lose a limb, this is what's supposed to happen. If you lose 2 limbs, if you lose a life, and they have to go back. It's a restorative process. We had hoped that this would take even up to 3 years. We'd find a group. And if you see the
Constitution... So it is something that cannot be done urgently?
It must be done urgently. It has been. The one panel ilikuwa set up. That's part of, people ask me what are part of the things that we've been doing. These are some of the suggestions that we made. But has
justice been served to the victims?
Not yet. Not yet, because you see there are a lot of legal battles. There are people who are trying to play white angels and whatnot. But at this point, I think we need to find justice for these people, because it is not enough that our comrades are killed brutally in cold blood by rogue policemen and police women, and then we cannot get them some sort of reprieve. Abnormal behavior during abnormal times is normal behavior. This is a step which I believe was a step towards the right direction. I've seen it being fought. I've seen some people, even like the LSK chair, was appointed there, accepted the appointment publicly. I went ahead and outlined this is how I will work, and these are the conditions I want. Then she resigns after pressure. Kwa nini hakuresign wakati wao watu wengine akina Houghton walikuwa na resign? And you see, this is the pretense that I was saying. So that's part of what we've done. We've rejuvenated this youth league of the party. That's you know, I think as a private citizen, especially in a political party that has been in existence for the past 20 years, to get in and even find access to the party leader and bring about this meaningful change is quite something.
Okay, before we talk more about that, let's talk about Gen Zs. Gen Zs are still, crying. They are still saying that we don't want these legacy politicians, the one that you are associated with currently. Do you think Gen Z will make a difference in 2027?
Sasa watu wanasema wataki legacy politician, walikuwa wanawekelea His Excellency. His Excellency sasa ametuacha, wanafanya nini? Yes. What is this special thing that now you're doing that you believed that Raila Odinga was getting in the way of? These same people who are calling me a traitor for joining Raila Odinga are not calling other people traitors for joining Kalonzo. I've not heard this blogger being called a traitor for joining Gachagua. I've not heard these people being calling anyone a traitor for joining Kina Wanjigi. Why is it that only joining Raila Odinga is the only legacy politician? There are several people. Some of these people who are bickering the loudest who work in government. So for me, it defeats the purpose. Personally, I'm firmly within the Orange Democratic Movement. I believe that that's the party that will form the next government.
You believe so?
I know that the Orange Democratic Movement, whatever the Orange Democratic Movement.
What makes you believe so?
First of all, statistics. Currently, we are the largest, the most populous and most popular political party. Just going by basic statistics, we have the Azimio coalition has the majority of members in the House. So just going by raw data, as we synthesize that into information, it just shows that we're on the winning side as the Orange Democratic Movement. Okay,
that is what you have said. But now after Raila, what next for ODM?
His Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, set up such enduring structures that he was not building a party for the present. He was building a vehicle that would push us and propel us forward into this forward march in time. And the structures are so beautifully elaborate, they're so well put together that I only feel sad that he's gone. He's not here to see the beauty. If you think about it, huko juu tuko na Daktari Oburu
Odinga.
Yes. Then hapo kwa Apex tuko nao, and his peers, think about his peers, Orengo, Professor Nyong'o. But sasa kuja hapa chini sasa kwa deputy party leaders. At the coast we have Governor Abdul Swamad. In Western we have Senator Osotsi. In Gusiland we have DPL Simba Arati. Kuja hapa chini upate Governor Chapakazi anaitwa Governor Wanga, the national chairperson.
Yes.
Unajua kwa ma deputy party leaders hapo kwa vice. Yani Governor Wanga ameshikilia chama in ways which we can't describe. Ukuja huku chini kwa branches, kumbuka pia tulifanya elections from the polling station. We have such elaborate structures. It's beautiful to watch. Saizi tukienda kura saizi.
Should we not expect internal wrangles?
But internal wrangles have been there. Internal wrangles were there when His Excellency was with us. They're still here. They're just contradictions.
And how are you going to sort it?
Just the same way we've always sorted it. We sit down, we have differences, we sit down, you prosecute, unasema yako, nasema yangu, we put it to the masses tell us this is the direction we want to be taken, and then it's just adopted. That is how the Orange Democratic Movement has always worked.
Okay.
This is not, there is no even contradiction. I've not even seen any significant wrangle. It's just a little misunderstanding about the broad-based.
But we have seen your Secretary General,
Yes.
Edwin Sifuna, the Nairobi Senator,
Yes.
saying that what they agreed when Raila Odinga was there
Yes.
was that ODM will support President Ruto until 2027.
Yes.
From there, they will do another arrangement.
I agree. That is the true position of the party, that we have a broad-based arrangement up to 2027. That is what our MOU says. Yes. The only time I have a bit of a difference with him is when now they tell us they don't want to acknowledge the broad-based arrangement. We are in this broad-based arrangement. As of March, when we signed that mkataba, then that puts us firmly into the broad-based arrangement.
But there's two language coming from ODM. That is what Edwin Sifuna said, together with other leaders within, that they are going to support President Ruto until 2027.
Yes.
On the other side, we have Governor Wanga. She's saying we are going beyond 2027.
Has she said that? Can you prove that?
Yes.
Yeah. I
She
mean,
said that.
if she said that as my national party chair, akona the rights to any opinions. But what we have formally, because remember, people are also looking at, everyone's trying to give the party their best. Even when you think I'm fighting my Secretary General, I'm just trying to sharpen contradiction so that everybody in our party can understand, so that the party can speak one language. If my national chairperson believes that that is the best arrangement, she then has the onus of proof and of convincing us is on her. So she comes and she tells us, this is what, this is why I think it would be prudent for us to go into this arrangement beyond 27. This then, the people who feel like they shouldn't should also tell us. But for now, what I'm saying is our elected leaders need to work for the people, because even if we get into whatever arrangement, if they're not working for the people, they will not achieve it. But now, currently, we are firmly in this broad-based arrangement. I'm telling the young people, because the young people of the Orange Democratic Movement have suffered for too long. The ones who've borne the heaviest brand. This party has lost the most members in the struggle for the liberation of our country, for our constitution, for multi-partyism, if you think about it in its entirety. This gives us some sort of reprieve as young people. And I hate to hear that a young person of ODM has been shot at a protest. So if anyone wants to take us out of this broad-based, they have to tell us exactly where they are taking us and why they are taking us there. Yes.
And you personally, you challenge the Secretary General, Edwin Sifuna, to step down as the Secretary General. Why?
I didn't tell him to step down as the Secretary General. I said that he's a spokesperson of the party. And he cannot give us things that are contrary, because we rely on his word. His word means something. I actually quite highly respect Wakili, and he's a brilliant and smart man.
Okay.
But when I tell him that, is he cannot tell us one thing as the official party position and then go and say other things, because we need clear direction as young people, as we are traversing this journey in the party. We need very clear direction. So if he's saying that, on the one hand, he's the one who signed that memorandum of understanding. Our party leader, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, he did not walk out of this broad-based arrangement. They did not manage to tell him that this is why we need to leave this broad-based arrangement. So as long as we are in this broad-based arrangement, act accordingly. Work for the people, deliver for us within this broad-based arrangement. Because if you didn't want it, you should not have signed it. You should not have led the whole party. Now the whole party is in there. You want to give us confusion, and you know how difficult the work has been with the Orange Democratic Movement.
But
so I was telling
Sifuna
anybody,
he was executing that as the Secretary General.
What was he executing?
Signing the MOUs and so on.
Yes. Then he should,
but it was not a confirmation that he's going to support.
But you see, you have answered your own question in asking that. You have just said right now that Edwin Sifuna said, my Secretary General said that he was just dispensing his work as a Secretary General, and he was not doing that personally. Is that the kind of Secretary General?
That is what he said.
That's what you're telling me he said. So if that is what he said, would you want such a Secretary General to be there for you? I want a Secretary General who says and does the things that he believes in. Yes. So if he says the broad-based is good and he signs that memorandum of understanding, we stay through it. We stay through it. We see it through without the ridicule, with all the vitriol, but we deliver for the people and we let the people judge us. But then it cannot be that now on this one hand you want to sign, then on this other hand you want to be a rabble rouser.
Okay. And has there been any changes since ODM joined the government?
In what way?
In terms of, the governance system?
Just whereas according to our works. Tell me a finance minister who has outperformed Mbadi in the recent past. If you think about it, that's part of the metrics that we have. You've seen the PS, Super PS, Fikirini akifanya mambo yake. As a young person, is one of us. ODM does not have any executive function, executive powers, the powers of execution that are stipulated in chapter, is it chapter 10 of the Constitution? That speaks about the executive. No, it's chapter 9. It doesn't, we are not part of the executive. So what we are doing really is we have given the best minds, we have given our irreducible minimums and the most favorable positions for us to continue in this particular arrangement. And I've seen a lot change. I've seen the country is a little calmer. There's been developments that I've seen being channeled towards regions where it had been skewed against, which I'm particularly grateful for. We've also seen relative peace and stability in the country. This is something which we cannot deny in comparison to what we saw last year, which we led. It is us, the young people, who brought this about. But it got to a point where now people were just going for chaos for the sake of chaos, or chaos for the sake of fundraising. And personally, I said I would not participate. So if the people who believe that the things which are not going wrong and are going right, they want to criticize the Orange Democratic Movement, wanataka kutufunza kazi while being outside the party.
Yes.
That's why I keep on telling everybody, dial *486*036#. Ukiingia kwa chama, now you can start telling us. But sasa unataka kutupatia advice. Yes, na unakataa kuingia kwa chama.
Okay.
I think it's very unfair to chama kubwa.
And there's a question here before we continue. She's asking, Dr. Oburu Odinga is currently the acting party leader, right?
Yes.
What would you like to tell the people who are asking? Is ODM leadership a family affair?
It's not a family affair. It's, I think the decision to make Dr. Oburu Odinga the acting party leader is quite prudent, because we believe that Raila Odinga is the vision bearer and has had the vision of the party and the sense of direction that we would need from the party. If you look closely, the person who's been closest to the chief of the Golden Heart, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga,
Yes.
has been Dr. Oburu Odinga. He has, in his own right, earned his stripes. He's seen this journey through. So if you're asking ourselves, what would Baba do? A person who has an answer that is closest to what Baba would have done is Dr. Oburu Odinga. Baba trusted him. The party trusts him. He did not install himself. He did not come and say, from today onwards now, I am going to be the acting party leader. No, there was a special sitting of the party organs was constituted, and he became the acting party leader. He is competent. He also happens to be the brother of the chief of the Golden Heart, His Excellency the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Yes. So I mean, kama wewe unafeel unaweza kukuwa party leader ODM, present yourself to the people and you tell us why you think you're better than Daktari Oburu Odinga. Okay. The reasons are probably not going to be there. Yes. But
and we have seen the Embakasi's member of parliament, Babu Wino. At one point he said, after Baba, it is Babu.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
I mean, did he convince the people? ODM chama cha watu is a party for the common masses. You have to be a consensus builder. You see, that's what Baba did. Baba would build consensus with everybody.
What if people demand Babu Wino to be the party leader?
They've demanded where?
What if?
What people? We are the people.
Who are the people?
We are the people. I am those members, and we are telling you.
supporters.
That's what we are telling you. Do you think anyone in ODM had enjoyed a constituency that was not Baba's?
But supporters can demand.
That's what is called a National Delegates Convention. Yes.
They can say, Babu Wino, take over.
You know, that's not how it works. You know, the Orange Democratic Movement is a party of high discipline and high organization. You don't just wake up and you start heckling. Yes, we have party processes. So if you want, anyone who wanted to be party leader knew that we were going through an election period. So I should see those names emerging from polling stations, coming all the way up and saying, this is what it is that we are supposed to do. Yes, this was an ad hoc sitting, which now installs Daktari Oburu Odinga, the senator for Siaya, in acting capacity for the party. But the party is happy with it. There, the quote, I have not seen anybody in opposition to Daktari's leadership. Yes.
And there are some of the leaders from ODM. Among them is, Sabuti Member of Parliament, Honorable Caleb Amisi,
Yes.
Edwin Sifuna, Babu Wino, and
Yes,
others.
yes, yes.
They are not comfortable with the broad-based arrangement. What?
I think we've prosecuted this sufficiently. That of the names that you've given me, you have to take Sifuna's name, Senator Sifuna's name, out of that list because he signed the memorandum of understanding with the broad-based coalition. He was in charge of this thing, so he should not have signed if he was uncomfortable.
But he's uncomfortable.
Yes, you can be uncomfortable, but then you should not have signed. You see, this is why now people now want to make it look, because I don't know what you're looking for, but this is now why I would say that, why would you be in a place where you're uncomfortable? So if you think that the Orange Democratic Movement is not comfortable with you and you don't want to be a part of the broad-based, which the majority of the party says that they want to be in, then there's no need for us to torture you here. Go and form another party and be there in a party which does not want to be in the broad-based arrangement.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen other MPs. There's all these MPs who are walking around saying that they're uncomfortable. Why are they not resigning to seek a fresh mandate? It's because the Orange Democratic Movement has systems that can withstand the tensions. They can withstand, they're not brittle, they're quite durable. They can withstand pressure. Yes.
And we saw what President said during the burial of, Right Honorable Raila Odinga.
Yes.
And he said that he will not allow ODM to be in opposition.
Rais anatukatia tu.
What if the president now comes and say, I want to take the leadership of this party?
Atakuja aseme aje. He has to go through the people. I don't know why people get these ideas that you can just come to ODM because you think you're popular. How many people do you think have been popular before? You don't just come to the Orange Democratic Movement because you're popular. Even I was popular. So now everyone who's popular will be coming and saying they want to be the party leader of the Orange Democratic Movement. You think we would have survived 20 years if you were working like that? This is not a popularity contest. This is not a popularity contest. We are out here to capture political power and to administer state. It requires discipline, eternal vigilance, and a hyper focus on this goal. So if the president wants to court us, I think he's just courting us because it was a state funeral, it was a function that the state had organized. He is exercising some largesse. Anajaribu kutuwu, anajaribu kutukatia, anarusha lines aone kama itanasa.
Yeah, but what if now the party leadership agrees?
Yes.
President Ruto, you are going to be our flag bearer.
But situfike hapo 2027. See, we've all agreed that we do not have a presidential deal.
All right.
Yes. These other ones, hii ni ndoto ya mchana, now we are daydreaming. Tunasema sasa ningekuwa na hiyo mita 30 sasa.
Yes.
It's the exact same thing.
Okay.
Political processes, when they start and if it gets to that point, if the party decides, whoever the party decides, why are you not asking what if the party decides it's me? Yes.
Okay.
Well, you are not imputing. You don't think ODM has faith in its members. What if it decides it's Governor Wanga? What if it decides it's Senator Sifuna? Yes. You're not asking me if the party decides it's them. You're just hell-bent on people who are outside the party. Yes.
You will take over.
Gladly. I'm a servant of the party.
All right.
Yes.
And many people are asking, especially online, I've been seeing people asking, what is the position of Kasmuel McOure in this ODM party?
I am just
what is his
a
official
vanguard
position?
servant of the party. It is such a pure joy and pure delight to be a comrade in the Revolutionary Youth League of the Orange Democratic. I'm one of the many youth leaders.
Official or just?
I'm one of, chama iko na viongozi. Chama kubwa iko na viongozi, hamwezi toboa. Tukiwaita hapa, you can interview a new person every single day.
Okay.
Sharp men and women. Yes.
Intelligent.
Chama ntamu, ingeni chama muone.
Now, as we conclude, because of time.
Yes.
We saw, we need your reaction. We saw the Nyeri governor, Mwalimu Mutahi Kahiga. We saw what he said, a day ago. What do you have to say?
As a man who's not worth my time, I don't have anything to say. He does not deserve. He has violated Chapter 6 of the Constitution. He does not even need to be holding office. The next thing I should be seeing is an impeachment motion towards him, or he should resign. In sober countries, that's what would have happened. That warrants, because it damages nationhood. And you see, the Constitution, while it talks about national symbols, it says that part of the national symbols we have are the national anthem, the national flag, the coat of arms, and the public seal. And there's a silent one, which was Raila Odinga. So it is a violation of state organs.
Okay.
So a person like that who anafaa jiuzulu, but the thing is, it speaks to the deep stereotype that has long prevailed between the two communities. He's trying to stoke a tribal fire, and he was speaking to a group of people. The group of people were laughing and cheering at him, meaning that he was not saying outrageous things. That's the most dangerous thing. I don't even care about what the person was saying. He was seated in another funeral, talking about the death of the most consequential leader of the 21st century. You tell me, leaders have died.
But he later apologized.
Presidents from other countries have died. Spiritual leaders have died. Have you seen anything that has come close to the bringing standstill? This can only be likened to Akina Michael Jackson and Akina Princess Diana. It's only Ata Mahatma, Ama Mandela.
Yes.
But then you can't speak that recklessly and then think you just come and say, he knew what he was doing. That's what they whisper. So the thing we say here in Chungwa is we forgive. We are too quick to forgive. We've seen so many atrocities. As long as sticks and stones or words will not break our bones.
Okay.
But we will not forget. Yes.
But he apologized. Why don't you forget?
We've forgiven. Yeah, even you've not forgotten. You're asking me that question knowing he apologized. See, then it should be water under the bridge. But you've not forgotten. But you want me to forget because I'm in the ODM. What is this expectation that people have of the ODM that we're supposed to be angels? We're supposed to just you yourself have not forgotten this thing. But you want us to forget? You want us to throw away everything?
Okay.
Yes.
Let's leave that.
Yes.
As we conclude,
yes.
Your final word to the people of Kenya.
Join chama kubwa. It is the pathway to the liberation that we seek. It is organized. No other political party. Because you've seen how hard it is about this political party business. Everyone was saying they don't want parties. Till now, hakuna chama. Yes. That chama kubwa is waiting. It's waiting for young people that now by the time you're joining, you'll be trying to move things. And we'll be saying, but we asked you to join. Now you want to take us back 50 steps and we'll be heading into an election to capture power and to administer state. Jami na kura. Let's not have this voter apathy thing. Let's go out to the ballot and have a ballot reform or revolution, if I may.
Also for Gen Zs, what do you have to say on them?
Keep organizing. Keep eternal vigilance. Kwanza Gen Zs, join chama kubwa.
Yes. Ready to be received warmly?
Karibu katika chama kubwa. Everyone is welcome.
All right.
Chama kubwa welcomes everybody, the Orange Democratic Movement. And we're turning 20 this year.
Yes.
Tulikuwa tumewaandalia sherehe ingine ya kukata na shoka pale Costo. We were painting the whole of Mombasa orange. Now we would have loved to do that with His Excellency Ivana. Anytime I would try to tell him it's supposed to be like this, he says, no, Kasmuel, I want it to be a party. And everybody to enjoy.
Yes.
Aish, nilikuwa naambia hivyo, naenda pale steering committee naambia watu His Excellency amesema yeye anataka kuona sherehe.
Yes.
Sisi tulikuwa na jambo hili, tulikuwa na turn up kuanzia Friday mpaka Sunday, kuamka ni Sunday. No, it's so sad, man, that he won't be able to see it. But
yes,
we want to do something in his honor.
Yes.
And the best way we can honor him is to stand up for the values that he fought for.
True.
Stand up for the people that he believed in, because he fought a war to elevate the people who are downtrodden in society.
Yes.
It's the only way we can let his legacy endure.
Absolutely.
And of course, the spirit of Raila Odinga lives on forever.
May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
So that is where we conclude. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for your time.
Looking forward to have you.
Thank you. They should have more Gen Zs in newsrooms.
You'll be mwenyeji.
Thank you very much, Nixon.
Absolutely.
Asante.
That is where we conclude our conversation together with Kasmuel McOure. See you in the next interview. I've been your host, Nixon Jao.